Trevor in Littleton, Colorado. See more better with freeprescriptionlenses.com. But call me Mo Better, because I'm going to have you seeing Mo Better, looking Mo Better, and I'm going to show everyone else how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses when I cut the Transitions XTRAactive Green with Crizal Avance for your RayBan 2132, color 6052, which is the black crystal, and the 52 eye size. I'm going to take everything out of the original packaging as it comes to me. Your Italian leather RayBan case. Of course, your RayBan cleaning cloth and junk mail. Let me turn that right side up for you. And of course, the star of the show, the main attraction. It comes with a little plastic sleeve on the temple to protect the temples from rubbing together during shipping. And I'm going to put that on there when I ship to you. Of course, this is a sunglass. It comes with the G15 lenses. And if all goes well, your XTRAactive Green is going to look just like the original green G15 lenses that come in here. But I'm going to pop out the original glass lenses, the heavy glass breakable, and install lightweight unbreakable lenses. I'm going to go ahead and take your frame, put it into the tracing element of my blocker, program the shape into the computer. You are Secret Agent 1773. So years from now, should you ever need new lenses for this frame, I can mail them right to your home and you'll see how to pop them in yourself. I'm going to hit the start button. A little stylus is going to pop up and go around and trace the inside bevel of the right side of the frame before doing the same thing on the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy genuine, authentic RayBan frame and you'll receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or unused health savings account flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase. Move on to the next screen. Your pupillary distance is 32 for each eye. The computer starts at 32.5, so I only have to tap the minus button one time because it goes down in 0.5 millimeter increments. I do want to raise the optical center up because you look through the top third of the lens. We're going to go ahead and get your lenses prepped. Your right eye reads minus 350, minus 2 1/4 at 180. The first thing I will do is turn the axis wheel to 180. This has an R on there from the lab. It's a little thicker, so I assume that's the right lens because it has a stronger power. We're going to let's put everything on 0, make sure everything's zeroed out. Yes. Let's go ahead and put the power drum on minus 350. Put the lens in till we find the spherical component first. Let's check your astigmatism correction. That lines up, and I'll explain what all that means in just a little bit. Just want to make sure everything is lined up perfectly. Let's go ahead and put 3 dots on your lenses. Let me darken those so you can follow at home. 1, 2, and 8. Let me put a bigger R on there. Let's do the same thing now for the left lens. Turn the axis wheel to 12. Put the power drum on minus 275. Take your left lens in, put it in, rotate it till the spherical component comes into view first. Check your astigmatism correction. Total power of minus 5, so that is perfect. Make sure everything is lined up exactly. Put the 3 dots on your lenses. Darken those. 1, 2, 25. I guess I mathed wrong. Let's put a bigger L on there for left. And guys, if you missed any of that, let me recap. So this is a block, or as I like to call them, Jenny from the block. I need to attach this to your lens while it is cutting. So I need 2 double-sided adhesive stickers, of which I've got a couple right here. I'm going to pull them away. The black side is the sticky side. I'm going to put this on the first one. Do the same thing now for the second one. I'm going to place that on the block. We can move that out of the way. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. Now on the back is a silver button. That is a magnet. It's going to do its job twice. The first time it's going to attach itself to another magnet there in the arm. And the reason why I put those 3 dots on there, it tells me that it's oriented and they're just perfectly. Of course, that one's in the way. Now that one's in the way. Let's move it where none of those dots are being blocked. Now the blue cross is the geometric center of your frame. Your eye is just above that in inset. Got the 3 dots on there perfectly. Hit that button. The arm's going to come down, place the block onto the right lens. We're going to do the same thing now for the lens that ain't right, which will be played by the left lens. We're going to pull the paperweight in, Make the black side sticky, line that up, same pupillary distance, same optical center height, nothing has to be moved because you have the same measurements for the left eye. Get everything lined up perfectly and hit that button. The arm's going to come down, place the block onto the left lens. Now this is the edger. This is what's going to do all the work while I run my mouth. It costs $40,000. It weighs 200 pounds. I recommend everyone go out, buy their own, put it on your kitchen counter. Then you can cut your own lenses at home and you won't need this guy with the two thumbs and the bad jokes to do it for you. But the actual cutting wheel is this diamond crusted wheel that's going to act like a heavy grit sandpaper to grind away your lens material from here down to this size. This wheel in the center is going to put the bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. Let's go ahead and wake this up. Job number 1773. That's the shape that I'll be cutting. These are polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic, high index plastic or Trivex, I would select that. I'm not going to polish the edge of the lens because it's not going to be seen. And I'm only going to put a safety bevel on the rear concave surface of the lens. Let's press that on there firmly. Now the magnet's going to do its job a second time. It's going to attach itself to another magnet there in the chuck. Or by now, you know I like to call it the Charles because I just don't know this machine well enough to call it Chuck. Hit the green arrow, which is start. The door closes. The dirty door that I could have cleaned had I known I was going to have company over to watch me cut lenses tonight. But the lens is going to be traced by two white styluses going around tracing the shape of the right lens. And of course the old carpenter saying measure twice, cut once. It's measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel. So you have the least amount of edge thickness showing, of which it should be minimal with your prescription in this frame. The light you see flickering in the background is water there to catch the optical sawdust. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry, where plastic, high index plastic, and Trivex lenses cut wet, meaning that water sprays onto that lens material for the duration of the cutting cycle. Now water will spray onto this lens, but only for the last 20 seconds to wash away any optical debris, also known as swarf, that you see beginning to form on the edge of your lenses. But your lenses are made out of polycarbonate, which are 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. They're virtually unbreakable. These are high-impact ballistics grade lenses, the same lens material that our soldiers wear overseas in combat zones to protect their eyes from shrapnel and from flying debris. It's also the same lens material that OSHA requires in safety glasses. Now these are not OSHA approved safety glasses. This is not a safety frame. It's the same material but does not have the OSHA safety logo on the lens. But it does have 100% UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin there in Littleton, Colorado. Your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin, so you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes. Unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that need to be reapplied every couple hours when you're in direct exposure to the sun, this is permanent and never needs to be reapplied. Now, speaking of protection, the Transitions XTRAactive also have they were the original blue blocking lens. The Transition Signature 7 block about 30 to 40% of the harmful blue light. The Transitions XTRAactive will block 50 to 70% of the harmful blue light. And this is some weird thing that the edger does from time to time. The lens is raised up, but it's not going onto the bevel wheel. It is slowly getting back down to the cutting wheel. And speaking of protection, one more feature, you have the Crizal Avance. Crizal is a treatment that is literally 3 features in one. The first feature is it reduces glare when driving at night, particularly driving at night in the rain, but from street lights, stoplights, computer screens, overhead fluorescent lights and such. It goes by the initials ARC, which stands for anti-reflective coating. So it reduces reflections. So when someone's looking at you, they're not looking at themselves and their reflection in your glasses. So it makes for much better eye contact. Plus, if someone takes a picture with a flash, you're less likely to see that in the lens. And if you take a selfie, you're less likely to see that as well. Now, if you notice, your lens is completely flat all the way around the edges. It just like a nickel, if I were to take it out now, it would stand up on the counter. But in just a moment, it's going to get the V-shaped bevel on the lens. And the third feature of the anti-glare treatment is that it comes with the industry's hardest scratch coating. The process of applying the 8 different layers, 8 of coatings onto the lens. They vaporize 8 different coatings onto your lens, so because of the time and the expense, they put the industry's hardest scratch coating on there to protect your time and investment. So you get it all with this frame. By the way, one of the most comfortable frames out there, classic styling, deceptively comfortable, incredibly durable, comes in about 20-25 colors. This is the black crystal. For years and years you saw me wearing the blue crystal. I just switched over to another frame this week, and I'll show you in just a little bit, but I love this frame. I've been wearing, this is now almost July of 2019. I've been wearing this frame the majority, 80 to 90% of the time for the last, since 2012. The black crystals, you know, originally there was the shiny black, then came the matte black rubber, which is color code 622. This is color code 6052, matte black with crystal. Matches most men's accessories, which are black and crystal. I have a few wisdom highlights coming in over my ears that matches even well. Just like my grandparents used to tell me with all the presents I would get, Trevor, you'll grow into it. If you don't have any gray hairs now to match this, don't worry, you'll grow into it. I don't know why my grandparents just couldn't buy the right size of anything. So, out comes the lens. We're going to tuck it in. Now, should you ever need new lenses for this frame, let's put these in here. To take the original lenses out, you're going to turn the frame downward with your thumb at the nose. With your other thumb on top, press downward. Out comes this lens years from now. To put the new lenses in, turn the frame upward. I have the side I'm working on closest to me. I'm not trying to reach across. Elbows touching my sides, arms bent at a right angle. Tuck it in at the outside corner first. Using your thumbs, push down at the nose. It snaps right in. And go ahead and take the block off. Dry that off, throw that back in there, add to my sticker collection. We're going to come over here, hit the L button, press that on there firmly, place the magnet into the Chuck, the Charles, the Chucky baby, the Chuckarama, or tonight I'm calling it the Trevor. Hit the green button. The door closes again. The lens will be, the clamp shuts. The lens will be traced by 2 white styluses, making sure that it's large enough to fit into the frame. And of course measuring, you can see as it's going around tracing the shape. And then measuring the thickness of the lens to know where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing. And look at this. Where's my flashlight? There it is. No edge thickness whatsoever. You have a combined value 550, 575. No edge thickness whatsoever. The nice thing about this crystal, should you have any edge thickness, it would almost camouflage the color of the lens by the color of the frame. So we're going to come down here to the lensometer. I'm going to put it in just above that black dot. I got to turn the axis wheel to 180. Put it in over that black dot. Read the power, and I am getting minus 350, which is exactly halfway between 3 and 4 in the red. The reds are the minuses. You are nearsighted with your glasses off. Everything is much too large, so your lenses minify. The opposite of magnify, your lens minify. That's where there's a minus sign. So let's see, 12. You have 14 steps of far-sighted correction in order to see far away. So once an image is the correct size, you have another 9 steps of astigmatism correction. Uncorrected astigmatism makes 6s and 8s look alike with the letters P and F. So once it's the correct size, we're going to take away those fuzzy edges. Think of it as the fine-tune knob. And we're going to turn that fine-tune knob to 180. A straight line is 0 to 90 to 180. So really this number and this number are the same. But let's go ahead and check for the second power. We're going to turn, actually it's still, yeah, we're on that. Turn the fine-tune knob and we end up at minus 575, 1 tick mark away from 6. That's because, remember high school algebra where you add 2 like signs together? Yeah, don't worry, nobody does. Let's use today's terms. Someone borrowed $3.50 from you, then they borrowed another $2.25. They would owe you a total of $5.75. That's where we're at, $5.75 in the red. Now your left eye, you only need 11 steps of far-sighted correction, but you still need a full 9 steps, 2 1/4 diopters of astigmatism for the fine-tune knob on the left eye. You have 2 curves, a spherical curve this way and an astigmatic curve this way. It's how we line those two curves up to make everything nice and crisp. We're going to turn that fine tune knob to 12 on the left eye. Now these first two numbers are real values to be concerned with. This last number could be anywhere from 0 to 180. It really doesn't matter. It matters to me, but not to y'all. And of course, this frame, the RayBan 2132 New Wayfarer, sells for $150. You get one free pair of clear single vision prescription or non-prescription lenses should you need it, but the upgrade to Transitions XTRAactive is $129.99. The Crizal Avance adds $99.99 for a total of $379.98. Tax-free. North Carolina considers glasses a medical device. Imagine that. Well, believe it or not, they don't charge tax on medical devices in my state. So I don't charge tax to you. Now everyone is having to charge tax on the internet, but not me. If you were to buy these in any other state, you would have to charge tax. So $379.98 times 8% sales tax, you would pay another $30.39. Well, really $30.40. But you don't have to pay that because you get it from me, and of course free shipping anywhere in the US. One of the many reasons to purchase from me. The other reason, you can always upgrade to have a video made like Trevor has done. I wonder if anyone has ever taken the time to explain his astigmatism. Now everything in the optical world, this unit of measurement is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R. It starts at 0 and goes up from there in quarter increments, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75 to 1. That's why you have 14 steps of correction in your right eye. 9 steps, 9 quarters will give you $2.25. 9 steps of astigmatism correction on top of your spherical power in your left eye. So we're going to dry everything off. Run my thumbnail around to get any optical sawdust, the schwarf off your lens. I'm going to drop that into the trash. What do I do with your frame? Oh, here it is. Look, I already lost it. We're going to tuck the lens in. So I've turned it around to the side I'm working on. Tuck the lens in at the outside corner. Using my thumbs, press down at the nose. The size 52 is so easy to work on. Truth be told, again, dry that off, add to my sticker collection. In full disclosure, this is the frame that got me started selling on the internet. This is what started it all. These lenses are so easy to cut, anyone can pop them in. And so I only, believe it or not, I only offered this one frame, and gradually I started offering more frames. I got my courage up. I was a little skeptical about buying anything on the internet, so I'd imagine what it was like to be on your end. So I only offered this frame in about 5 colors. I finally offered it in 2 sizes. The size 55 is a little bit harder to take out the original glass lenses or to put them back in. But any lens that I cut for you is going to be easy to pop in regardless of size. Back then there was only 2 sizes, the 52 and the larger 55. Now it comes in a 58 eye size, which is great for bigger people who wanted something really stylish and very well made. So let's go ahead and inspect the left eye. Turn the axis wheel to 12. That's associated, that's where your astigmatism correction is at, that second curvature. Read the power of the left lens. And I'm getting 275, one going away from 2 towards 3, 1 tick mark away from 3. You have 2 1/4 steps of astigmatism also in your left eye. So when we read the second curve on the lens, we're right at 5, exactly where we should be. Man, I tell you, this guy who sells RayBans knows what he's doing. So your pupillary distance is 32 for each eye for a total of 64. I'm going to turn the card around, place the PD stick against my thumb. When we hold it up to the left lens, we're getting 64 millimeters. So that is cut perfectly. I want to check the optical center height. That is perfect. That is perfect. Now this is the point in every video that I explain while I'm cleaning your glasses, that when you get these in the mail, there's a small chance that these could fit too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That's because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other. And because of that statistic, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. So just go by your local place, tell them if it's too loose or too tight, they'll know what to do. It only takes about 30 seconds to a minute to adjust a pair of glasses perfectly. Now, I'm going to get these in standard alignment, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. When I set them on the counter and press down, there is no wobble. When I say wobble, I'm part of that 80%. When I take mine off and press down, they wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. I'm wearing the BMW 60, what is this one? The 6045? Yeah, that's it. I just decided to start wearing it again. It's the blue tortoise. Truth be told, I misplaced this. I cut new lenses for it about 6 weeks ago and then quickly misplaced it. I found it again, and so I'm rocking it again. But I love the blue tortoise with a little bit more pronounced blue at the bottom. Let me put mine back on so I can see what I'm doing. Flip this over, press down. There is no wobble. Close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do. I miss mine. I've got them just, within 50 feet from me here in the shop, but still, great frame. I still have this frame in 10 colors. So here's another thing, Trevor. Here's something in honesty you never hear. If you buy another frame in the 52 eye size, you can pop your lenses out of this frame and into another, so you'll have 2 different colors. Or better yet, even though these are the Transitions XTRAactive, if you were to get a second pair of polarized sunglasses in a completely different color, like actually you have the tortoise already, so you could actually do that. You could pop the lenses out of here and put them in your tortoise, and they're going to work very well because my frame is more round than yours, so it gets tricky with high astigmatism mounting lenses correctly in a round frame. In here, it's only going to go in one way. And I've had people with much higher astigmatism than you do that without any issues. But this is what they look like before they have been activated. Here's one more teaching moment. You have the Transitions XTRAactive. I have the Transition Signature 7. Indoors, there's still a 3 to 5% hue for Transition Signature 7. There's a 5 to 7% retention of hue while indoors. Now, no one's really ever going to see that if you have any kind of skin color or pigment. It's only when you hold it over a piece of white paper that can you really see that. Years ago, when Transitions XTRAactive came out, they had they retained a lot more color than they do now. They've come a long way, and now you can even get them with the Transitions XTRAactive with one of the 6 mirror colors: silver, gold, green, blue, red, or pink. But this is what they look like before they have been activated the first time. I'm going to go ahead and expose them to a strong burst of ultraviolet light. Now, as you can see, it takes about 30 to 45 seconds for transition lenses to darken, a little bit longer when you come back inside, 45 seconds to a minute 15. Now, this is important. Pay attention, Trevor, and everyone else listening. All transition lenses will get dark on day 1 and continue to darken every day for the first couple weeks they're exposed to the sun. After that, they will work for years at maximum performance. The only time that my Signature 7 lenses won't work is if I'm behind the windshield of a car. The windshield absorbs all the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays that would cause your dashboard to crack from sitting in the sun all day, and that's why my lenses won't turn dark. Now, Trevor's XTRAactive lenses will get about 30 to 50% dark behind a windshield. Now, they're also temperature sensitive, meaning they will get darker when it's 85 and below than they will when it's 95 and above. But I remind everyone, when it's 100 degrees outside, you're miserable, they're miserable. Nobody works 100% when it's 100 degrees outside. We all work better when it cools off. So believe it or not, your lenses are darker than the RayBan sunglass lenses that come in here because they are the XTRAactive. So that's the nice thing about that, and they're going to continue to darken. XTRAactive lenses are designed for XTRAactive people who spend extra amounts of time outside. Anyone in hotter weather, hotter climates will love it because it will get darker for the dog days of summer. And this is the end of June. We've got July and August coming up here in North Carolina. Trust me, it is sweltering hot with high humidity. And you want something like this for these months. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram as Free Prescription Lenses at .com, or on Twitter as Free RX Lenses. You can, if you have any questions about what I can or can't do, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com, or simply click the Contact Me button on the website. You can always leave a question or comment in the comment section below. Now, I send out a selfie request in every package to have your picture on the website. Trevor, I would love to have a picture, one with these clear and then outside so people can see how dark they really get. I also send out cleaning instructions, not only on how to care for your frame and lenses so they'll last you for years, But on the premium microfiber cleaning cloth that I'll provide, you get a Crizal cleaning cloth, and of course you have the RayBan cleaning cloth that comes with the frame. I also give instructions on how to care for the case, so it too will last you for years. No other seller does that on the internet, I have been told. So Trevor in Littleton, Colorado, thank you so much for the purchase of the RayBan 2132 New Wayfarer color 6052, which is the black crystal in the 52 eye size, 18 bridge with a 145 temple length. Of course, you got the Transitions XTRAactive green with Crizal Avance. Is returning back to clear. Now the sunglass lenses is darker than yours. As I keep talking, they'll get clearer and clearer. But thanks again for your purchase. And now, hopefully, everyone else has got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.